Hello everybody. Today's video is going to be a video that might ruffle some feathers with either dealers, audio dealers, or you guys, buyers. But I really thought that this video was necessary to really address a couple of things that I have noticed in my short time in the high-end audio industry. And one of these things is essentially the ways that negotiations take place. How do dealers really earn your business? What do they do to earn your business? And what don't they do to earn your business, I'm sorry. As well as what we do as audiophiles or end users or buyers to really show the dealer if we are serious about a purchase or not. So I'm going to put it out there right now. If you have thin skin, if you're a person that doesn't take things too well, I am going to tell you this may not be the video to watch. This is going to be very straightforward, to the point, and I am going to include myself, of course, because I am part of the community. So I'm not by any means of this stretch of the imagination not part of this conversation. I am also part of this conversation. So I just wanted to put it out there because this has been something that has been requested of me and through multiple conversations that I've had with many of you as well as dealers out there. So these are things that dealers can't really tell you as a buyer, and things that that buyers wish they could tell a dealer to their face, but they really can't because they don't want to start any sort of, animosity or drama. So I am basically in the middle to go out there to be here front and center and voice what really is happening when it comes to buying and selling high-end audio. All right. So with that said, please subscribe before I start. Subscribe, hit the like button. There's no music playing today. Strictly me talking. If you're looking for that, this is not the video for that. This is a video for me to just put it all out there, and hopefully some of you guys like the realness and the thought that I've actually put into this video. All right, so here we go. When it comes to dealers and what a dealer needs to do, in my opinion, to earn your business, in my opinion, again, this is all my opinion, to earn your business, there are multiple ways, signs that you as a buyer can spot or identify to really know if a dealer is trying hard to earn your hard-earned money. Okay, and I'm going to call out things that I think you guys should always be on the lookout for. If you really want to know if a dealer is just trying hard to strike up a deal with you, they really want your business, these are key things you guys need to be looking out for. All I'm saying before I go, to disclose these things is, if you see a dealer right now that's doing these things with you guys, please give them the business. Please, if they are doing these things that I'm going to call out, give them the business. Let them earn your business. It's not easy. Believe it or not, it's not easy. Not every dealer is out there balling in a Ferrari and a Lamborghini. Okay, it's not the case. Now, some of them are. I've seen them. Don't worry. But the majority of dealers they're trying hard through these difficult times to make a sale. Okay, and it's not easy for us either as buyers, of course, because some of us have lost jobs and it has been quite difficult, right? But, have a little bit of conscience when it comes to doing business with a dealer. If they are indeed putting in the work, please, you owe it to them to give them the business. So, without further delay, here's number one. Are they asking you, dealers? Are these dealers asking you questions? For instance, what kind of equipment do you own? What is your music preference? What are you lacking sonically speaking? What is your budget? Any special circumstances? For instance, you may want an amplifier that it has certain dimensions because otherwise it won't fit into a compartment, or something that's not too heavy, or an amplifier of a certain color. Okay? When a dealer is asking you these questions and they want to know about your situation, It's because before they can recommend something to you, they need to understand your current status when it comes to audio, your component list. They need to know, at least have a baseline idea of what you currently have at home. They're not going to tell you, hey, yeah, sir, I need a speaker that sounds dynamic. Oh, yeah, that would be, that would be B&W. They're not going to do that. The smart dealer is going to ask you, well, let me ask you, what amplifiers do you have? Okay, what are you using for source? How big is your room? How loud do you listen to? Before they make a recommendation, of a speaker that they think might check your boxes. So if a dealer is asking you these questions, guys, is because they're smart. They want to make sure they recommend a component for you that is hopefully successful, that you hopefully like, excuse me, so that you can come back in the future to give them more business. A real dealer is not going to recommend you garbage, because they know if you get home and you hate the product, you're probably not going to come back to them again, and you're going to feel cheated. So remember, that is one of the most important questions to ask. A dealer should always ask you, what do you currently own? What do you have? Let me learn about what you have before I can recommend something for you. All right, number 2. Are they inviting you to the store to listen to the component that you're interested in? Are they telling you, when are you free? Do you want to schedule some time with me? I am available Friday. Does this work for you? Or Saturday or Sunday? We can schedule, an hour to go over the product and let you listen to it with multiple components. Are you interested in this DAC? Sure. Let me show you what the DAC has. Why don't you come and see me? When a dealer is asking you to come by, the reason why they would do that is because it also shows interest and seriousness on your part. Okay? Now, of course, right now, due to COVID, that's a little difficult, very hard to do. But under normal circumstances, if a dealer is asking you to come on by to listen to the product, is because that is an indication that if you do show up, you are serious. You're not going to drive for no reason, right? If you're just calling around because you're bored. Okay, so that is very important. The invitation to come by to see their operation, to see what lines they carry, to get familiarized, and maybe, who knows, maybe you like a different product once you're there. Once you're there, you might like a different amplifier than the one you originally thought you were going to buy. And that's great. All they want to know is build a personal relationship with you, see you face to face, know who you are, and hopefully get some sort of relationship going with you. Okay? For that moment, not only for that moment, but for the future as well. The next one is, do they recommend components based on your needs and not always about your budget? So as an example, you walk into a store, yeah, I'm looking for some Wilson Audio, my budget is $100,000 and I'm looking for speakers. Again, circle back to point number 1. They should sit you down. What speakers do you have now? How big is your room? How loud? Yada, 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 right? Well, I know your budget is $100,000, but you know what? We have a speaker here for half the money that can probably give you exactly what you're looking for, and you don't have to spend $100,000. See, that's a dealer. That's the right dealer. That's a dealer who is trying to place the best component based on your requirement, not based on what you told them the amount of money you have in your pocket is. See, rather than saying, oh, here's a Wilson Audio Alex, $109,000, that would do the trick. No, there will be, you know what? I think the Alexia 2 at $58,000 to $60,000 is a great speaker for your current situation. Come and listen to it. And you know what? You still have money left. If you wanted to spend on some cables or amplification, I think it's just going to be a better setup for you. That's a dealer. That's a dealer trying to earn your business. It's not always about the amount, the dollar amount that you tell them you have when it comes to your budget. Is understanding as a dealer what is the best component for your application. Now, of course, it could be the other way around, where you're looking to spend $20,000 and it turns out the speaker you want is actually $50,000. Okay, but for the most part, It should be about what you really need based on your current situation. The budget matters. Yes, it does. I understand that. It does. Because if I'm asking you, what is your budget? And you're telling me you heard a pair of Alex, so you want a speaker that sounds like the Alex but spend 20 grand. That's not going to happen, guys. So I can easily tell you, if I'm a salesman, I'm going to tell you, you probably need to get off that cloud right now. That's not going to happen. Right? So you're going to have to spend more than $20,000 to sound like a Wilson Audio Alex. You're going to. So again, it is very important that you are, understanding that the more questions they ask is the more interested they are in helping you. The next one is, do they know the product that you are primarily interested in, and do they answer questions without being vague? If you are interested on a DAC, and DACs tend to be, they have all kinds of settings and filters and buttons and decoders, you name it, right? Okay. They should be able to answer you questions literally with precision about the product. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to answer you about what is the voltage coming out of the output and then the impedance, and they're not going to know that if you're looking for that type of technical expertise, right? Because that they need to reference the manual for that, right? But if you're asking for the functionality, they should know it with their eyes closed. If a dealer is trying to sell you something and you sense vagueness, I'm going to tell you, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. That will make me hit the brakes, pump the brakes, and realize if I really should be buying this item from this dealer that clearly doesn't know it very well. And I question now whether what they're trying to sell me is the right thing or not for my current application. So again, they need to be able to answer you questions, specific questions that are reasonable about the product. They should easily, quickly be able to be responsive about every question you have when it comes to a product they carry, not a product that you're calling a dealer for as an example, Macintosh amplifier, and they're not a Macintosh dealer. You understand what I'm saying? Got to have some common sense with what I'm saying here. Has to be a dealer for the product you're interested in, not a product they don't carry. Okay? So, at a high level, you've heard things that you need to be on the lookout for to know if a dealer's trying hard to earn your business. Now, the points that I made above are dealers that are really trying. And by the way, that is what you just heard. It's not really common to have a dealer that to ask you all these things. It's not really all that common. So when you do have a dealer that is engaged with you, asking you all the right questions, that's something special, and it should be treated as such. Now, next one. This is where I'm going to really ruffle some feathers. Things that indicate that a dealer could care less about you. These are things that tell you right off the bat, this dude is trying to just take your money and send you home. Okay? They are literally trying to take your money and tell you, go away, close the door behind you. All right. So, goes number one, vagueness with their responses. Okay? For instance, hey, I was calling about such and such DAC. I just wanted to know if it's any good. Their response is, yeah, it's our best seller. It's pretty good. We love it. It does pretty good in here. That's pretty vague to me. That's not a dealer. I don't care if it's selling pretty good for you. I want to know about the product. I want to know. Tell me more than that. Than just, yeah, it sells pretty good. Oh, yeah, I can't keep it in stock. It's really good. That's not an answer. That dealer is not trying hard to earn your business. Okay? That tells you you're moving boxes. That's just telling you that. They're moving boxes. Nothing else. Another one. Rushing you off the phone really quick. Another indication that dealer may not necessarily be interested in you as a buyer. They may not have a relationship with you, so they feel that, this dude is wasting my time. Phone rings. Hey, I wanted to know what the MSRP is on a Boulder 2150. 109. That's all you hear. Okay, nothing else. Straight to the point. That is bad practice, in my opinion. You could say something like, yeah, when it first came out 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it was $98,000, but they recently had a price increase as of 2 years ago, and now it is $110,000. And of course they have different offerings like the 2160 that's $60,000 and 1160 that's in the $20,000 range. So they have different amplifiers for different budgets. That's what a dealer does. That's the answer you give. Right? That's the answer you give. So when they just answer you one word answers, they're too busy making money hand over hand to worry about your pennies. Remember that.